But what about the
True,
Benghazi?
but people are paying attention to him.
Well, it's people that do. Then if they're going to vote based on Donald Trump's $5 million bounty, then I think they probably had their minds made up previously. But let's go to Benghazi Gate, because I want to concentrate on that for most of the rest of the show tonight. Do you think, Christine, that the president should have been more forthcoming? Don't you think that this is a self-inflicted wound in the aftermath of Benghazi? Whatever happened, happened. I know the fog of war, and I know, military calls are often difficult and easy to Monday morning quarterback, in the words of Defense Secretary Panetta. But don't you think the president and his administration should have been more forthcoming about, what they knew and when they knew it?
I think we'll have to await Ambassador Pickering's report until we can really cut through the fog of war to find out. I was at the public memorial service here in San Francisco for Ambassador Stevens, and I will say it was really beautiful in a bipartisan way to see people praise the ambassador and to talk to the family about the calls they're getting from young people really all around the country who are inspired to go into public service despite what happened to the ambassador. So I think what we have to do is await Mr. Pickering's report, and then we'll really see what the facts are, and then we can determine what we should have known sooner and what we can do in the future to better protect the American people at home and abroad. And
yet, A.B. Stoddard, I just saw Judge Janine's show. She had the family of one of the SEALs who was slain, and the family member, the dad. God, we recognize and honor his loss. He called the president insincere, and he called Hillary Clinton a liar. And this is 10 days before the election. I mean, it has to have an impact, doesn't it?
It's very interesting timing, Geraldo. I think the administration should have been more forthcoming. I think the president should have been more forthcoming about this. I think it is becoming a real sort of a disaster for the administration. But because of the timing of this, I have to say, as people focus on it, on this, never before hurricane storm that is going to, dump snow on us and take power from millions of people, and they're looking at the last minute, daily tracking polls of this very close presidential race. I actually don't know that in this economy, with everything else they're focused on, I don't think voters are deciding if they are uncommitted voters on Benghazi. I don't think that is making their decision. I think this is a bad story for the administration. I think they're making it worse. And I think if President Obama is reelected, it's going to be very, very tough for him to crawl out of this in 2013 when we know more.
A.B. Stoddard, thank you. Christine Pelosi, I appreciate you ladies coming on. Up next, one Republican senator's idea on how we get to the truth about Benghazi Gate.